All right, we are in the front of Killoskehane. We did a whole video back in the past about how we found some granite out in the old observatory atrium, and then we actually found granite over there in the haha, which has been cleaned out. And ideally in the future, we will put the granite pieces as the border for the bedding. But right now, because it's very heavy, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and we needed to start getting things planted for next year so they grow. So we just put kind of this temporary wooden bedding around, which actually still looks really, really nice, but it gives you an idea of the spatial aspects of the bedding. So I have just been landscaper Larry for the last like, what, 3, 4, well, even since last year, I planted all those. I love it. I've found my calling and I think it's so great. And so I've been trying to, I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur, but I'm trying to find a good mix of balance, of height, of things that roots won't go so far that it'll get underground. That's a really important one. So all of these are kind of shrubs that are very manageable and their roots just go down and not spread out. I am gonna try to do some, here, if we step over here, I can show you. I've also been like pruning everything as I get them. And shout out to Dundrum Nurseries, because they've been like, they know me by name over there. So I'm trying to do, like I said, a good mixture of different colors, shrubs, heights, fragrances, all of that thing, blooming periods, so that there's always something to kind of make it look a little bit better. This was a rose bush that was actually already here, but I'm trying to also mimic that with some creepers. So this is called Clematis montana, which I looked up online on the Irish Independent. There's this really amazing landscape, can't remember his name, but he did an article about the best creepers and growers. And this is a really fast growing, and it actually produces a flower. So once it starts growing out and gets to this, we'll actually put some chicken wire about this high. And you could even see this if you put it like that. So basically it won't actually grow on the walls of Killoskehane. It'll just grow right in front of it. Even if it grows on the walls, it's not a huge deal. This is a solid castle. I've been at it for a while, and hopefully, and already if we zoom back, you'll see what a difference it makes. It makes it look a lot more homey. Whoa. So this is the east gable end of Killoskehane, and we have actually created this whole alleyway. Billy built this wall. You can see that the ground actually originally went to, so that hill actually originally went to here. You can see it kind of damaged it a little bit because, and the reason we did this is because in the winter when it was raining so much, to walk from this side to that side, this was always muddy and just, you wouldn't ever walk through it. So we just made it, and it's a really beautiful space. But anyway, we built the bed out, and I've been planting, so these are all creepers. I think I got a little too ambitious and planted too many creepers next to each other. So now I've got to spread it out a little bit. But you can see here, I put like chicken wire and just loose chicken wire. And again, it's like right above, so you can kind of put your hand back behind it. And then all of this is new growth. I think I got this little guy when he was like down here. It's also trial and error. You're trying to figure out, this, for instance, is growing like crazy. So you can see that this loves this spot. This guy's growing all right. So it is a little bit of like replanting, seeing how they react, because eventually I do want this to all be covered. And then this is technically the back of Killoskehane, but it's also the front that everybody comes in. This is where the cars park for now. And you can see that the bedding here is not as wide out as the one in the front, the fountain side. It's only about maybe a meter out. And just like playing around with different colors, with different shrubs, all of these don't have roots that go big and spread out. They go straight down and they're very manageable. And then, like I said, I've got different kind of like honeysuckle creepers. I've got some basil. I just put that down there because I got it at like Tesco or something. I just want to keep, it's actually doing really good. But you can see just from just these little bit of plants, you can see what a difference it makes for the welcoming environment of Killoskehane. When we first came to see the place, this was all, I mean, it was overgrown for sure. It needed to be like pruned back a little bit, but it was so beautiful to have all of this foliage like right up here. It just made a huge difference. We had to get rid of that because we redid the plumbing and the electric and all of that. So there was a lot of digging. You can see now, even having this flower bed with just a couple little plants in there, you can see what a difference it makes. This actually, so this is another area that we're doing. So this is what people see when you drive up. It's covered by this huge, I don't know what kind of tree this is actually. There was a lot of holly growing in it that I had to cut out, but it's protected from the rain. So I am still trying to figure out what to put here, but trying to do like kind of bright colors, because when you drive up and pull up, you want to be like, wow, that place is bright and colorful and full of flowers. So, but you see these weeds, this little guy, they just pop up overnight. It's really intense. We'll take you around and you can see more. So I planted around our beautiful fountain that Alex and I just painted and got all set up. I planted these actually last year. There's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is this soil is very rich in nutrients. It's kind of like a clay soil, and there's a lot of aeration with rocks and pebbles or whatever, especially on that bed. But the downside is everything grows very fast. So we got to trim it all the time. And I was just kind of pruning some of these plants. But see, some of these little purple guys are pretty, but man, they grow so fast. I am putting down the first layer of compost that Alex got. It's really nice compost. And after that, I'll put the wood chip on it. Obviously, I already planted the plants, but it's good for them to get a little nutrients. And we had already put down some soil, but it wasn't near enough. So this will be really good for them. Should I say what I'm doing, or do you think